So first of all then, what motivates your clients to take action and buy your treatments and services? So if we just go through the first part of, is everyone familiar when I say a funnel, a sales and marketing funnel? So the top part is the awareness stage. This is when you're trying to get people's attention, and that's where your marketing, your branding, your messaging is key. And obviously that consistent messaging has to be shown across all of the platforms you use in terms of social media, your website, your phones, you know, absolutely every aspect of your brand has to be consistent and congruent, because this is the stage where your prospective clients are doing their research, their information gathering, they're talking to their friends and family, they're asking around, they're looking at reviews, they're checking out magazines, etc., etc. So that's the brand awareness. Then it's the consideration stage, and this is the bit which is really crucial to capture the details, so names and email addresses of those that are still hunting that information. So if you think of your own internet use, shall we say, we're all online looking for things, looking at reviews on TripAdvisor, whatever it might be, getting extra help to help us make that decision. So in that consideration stage, if you haven't grabbed their attention online, they're off. You know, the phone rings, the dog barks, the children cry, whatever, something takes them offline. And if you haven't on your website or on your social media given them something of interest to capture their imagination and capture their name and email address, they are off. They're distracted, they've forgotten what your name was again, and they've forgotten what the name of your business was. And when they finally remember to carry on their search, you might not be at the forefront of their mind. So if you think back to what I said about my freebie on my website, if you can have something similar on your own website, not necessarily 65 pages, but just something useful, skincare guide, something that people will think, that looks interesting, because the whole point is you want to grab their attention and showcase your knowledge and expertise, all in something that people, not just a newsletter, that's kind of old hat now, it doesn't really stimulate people to give you their name and email address anymore, but something useful. Could be you're great on camera, you've got your own YouTube channel, and your little series of video tips is your, what I call, lead magnet. So it's a way of attracting people to you and drawing them to you. So you need lots of what we call social proof in this consideration stage, and I'll be going through what that means in a moment. Obviously the next part is really important, because you've got your phones. If they're not answered within a couple of rings, you might have lost them, because they'll be just ringing the next one on the list. They're making decisions, so they're coming to see you for a consultation, they're perhaps getting some skin analysis, whatever is helping them make that decision, and then from you converting them to a lead into a happy client, and a client that obviously stays, that builds rapport with you, builds loyalty, and starts to refer and bring their friends. So on the side there, can you see where I've got crowd, capture, conversion, cash value, and continuity, the 5 C's. So I'm quite a big fan of capturing data to see what's gone on and what's stimulated action and what's led to the telephone ringing and obviously led to the bank balance, shall we say. So if you can capture how many people are seeing your message, crowd, how many leads you're capturing on your email database, so MailChimp, or we use GetResponse, how many you're converting, and then what their average order spend is, so the cash value, and then how long they're staying, so the lifetime of that client. Those 5 C's, if you imagine, if you can actually tweak every single one of those consistently and start improving. So if you capture 100 leads, then you convert only 10%, 2 actually come clients, and 1 stays for a life. Imagine what you'd do if you could increase those percentages through every one of those 5 C's. Does that make sense? Yeah. So think about those, and if you're not capturing any data at all to understand what's happening in your business, then those 5 are really critical when it comes to new business, and the bottom 2 for obviously expanding your existing business.